Hi guys, this is Id3ntyD from philwithskill.com, and we have today our second episode of Heroes of Camelot, which will contain gameplay footage, and we were gonna basically try out the game a little bit, and I will show you how it's played. There will be a third episode. I mentioned this already in the introduction, in the first episode. In the third episode there will be a lot more about tips and trick advices, how to play the game, how to play it efficiently, how to play it as a newcomer, and so you're gonna have an easier time doing so. Basically, it will be a big zip of out of the bottle of skill. Yeah. So let's just jump into it. The main aspect, of course, of this game is the questing in the game, which is easily done by clicking on the quest icon. This is the main area where you basically can see the different towns, which are like different stages in the game, which you need to go through in order to proceed through the next stage and hopefully somewhere reach the end of the game. It's quite easily done. It's not a difficult system. It's as I mentioned this already in the first one, it's a system where you can basically always, when you have 5 minutes of time, you can basically play it. How it's working is that you're selecting the stage you want to reveal, you want to uncover, you want to adventure. You're choosing the town, you're choosing the level. This, for example, would be the first level. And you just basically click on explore. The screen moves, gives the illusion that your hero is basically moving through this area, and if you're lucky, you're finding things. There are 3 different things which you can actually find. One is, like you just saw, experience and gold. Second, you can get a little buff for your mana or for your energy out, which will be a little bit like basically raised by it, like a little, I don't know, a little zap. Zip out of the bottle of energy or mana. And the third thing is that actually you can find cards in this level. Every level has a restriction which card you can find. This is, in this case, it's... Can I actually click it? No, you can't click it. That's not good. It's a common card. It doesn't matter. It's the first level. Basically, you can see that that you will get basically this card. So not really worth it. While you're doing this, however, every time you're clicking on explore, this bar will fill itself till it reaches 100%. And once it has 100%, you can move on to the next stage and therefore complete the whole level area by doing so. However, it is recommended to do those levels as long as till you find the cards which are hidden in these areas, because this will unlock special special reward system by town, basically. So if you did this long enough, you sooner or later gonna reach the last stage, which is in this case Father Maleficant. And in order to proceed to the next town, to the next stage, you have to defeat him. It is not that difficult. In general, the bosses, you will of course sometimes need to evolve, make your card deck a little bit stronger in order to proceed to the next town, but in general it's quite okay to do so, specifically in the beginning of the game. So however, you just click on Father Maleficant, you're getting to the pre-introduction battle screen. You're clicking on battle, and battle runs completely automated. It is well, quite easy because you're not doing at this point anymore. Once you selected your deck, it's full automatic, everything. As you can see, Father Maleficent is quite not a match anymore for my deck, because I progressed already quite a little bit further. Therefore, you basically knocked him out. You're defeating him. You're getting to the reward system where you can hope for nice loots. The loot which you can get with those boss mobs are seen here as well. This means you can get a special card. Well, it's of course the first stage, so it's a low card. Still, you can try to farm it. You get a little bottle for your mana. So to refill your mana completely, you can get an arena card, which you can use to fight 1 round in the arena. And as well, you can get some gold. Gold is not really important. You will get gold over the time, a lot of times, so it will never be an issue. It's quite a useless resource in the game. I don't know really why the developers actually introduced gold to the game, because it doesn't have any use. It's just piling up. You're using it for updating, enhancing, but because you're always getting so much, you never actually run dry. So, well, a resource which is always there, basically, well, you can just basically cut it out because it's not worth having it around. Just confusing player, I think. I mentioned this area that if you once you're discovering all the cards in the different stages, in this case you're getting these rewards, which is usually some higher rarity cards and some goodies out of it. In this case, mana and energy refiller, and again gold, but again gold no need whatsoever. When you going into the later stages of the game, or no, let's say that actually different. So this is the first town. You can see that in the first town you have the boss mob in the very end, Father Maleficent. And the thing is that those boss mobs are actually cards which are having a higher rarity. The thing is that you can't, from these boss mobs in a town, you can't get these cards from them. But there are these random encounters, which basically mean that if you go into the second town, which is this one, by proceeding through the areas, you can actually get a random boss encounter, which will be Father Maleficent. So this means that in second stage you have the boss mob of the first stage, in the third stage you have the boss mob from the second stage, and so on. So therefore it is sometimes worse to basically just go through this through the area in order to hoping for a random encounter. It would be very lucky if we have it right now, and we will try it. This is, by the way, a good example. I'm exploring the area, I'm finding a card, it's getting into my pack style, and I can use it for later. I can use it for whatever I want to use it for. So basically, well, the same thing, like, wow, we're lucky, we're very lucky. As you can see, second stage, in the second area we are fighting, this is a random encounter. He just appears from time to time. With a difference to the boss mobs from a stage, this time they're getting stronger every time you're defeating them. In the end of every stage, the boss mobs are always the same. As well as here, you have always the possibility to fight them multiple times. Their health points won't be refilled again, so therefore you have quite some time. So it's not such a tricky thing to defeat them in the end, because you just can, every time you're just throwing yourself against them, and they will constantly losing HP, and sooner or later you're gonna win. As far as I know, after 2 weeks, those boss levels are resetted. Because every time you're defeating this boss mob, he's gaining 1 level. With the next encounter, he's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. At one point, it's really actually hard to defeat him. You really need like sometimes 5 till 6 times, depending on your deck set, to defeat those boss mobs. Let's see this one. Oh, for you guys, I would use actually a mana potion, so you can see another awesome fight, which I hope to win, because otherwise it would be very embarrassing. So here's 17,600, this is no match whatsoever for me. He will be defeated, and let's cross our fingers. By the way, he is level 2 at this point. Let's cross our fingers, maybe he will give a card. No, of course not, he's giving stupid gold, which I don't need. Well, worth a try, wasn't much to do. So basically we're progressing, we're collecting cards, we're advancing in the game. It does make sense that at one point, when you start getting troubles in later stages of the game, to go back into the lower stages of the game in order to try to farm bosses, to try to farm uncommon cards to enhance your party. Because the thing is that there is of course, an upgrade button. You can enhance your cards in this game itself. That's why it's a little bit grindlasted, because you definitely have to do this in order to progress through the game. You're doing this by 2 options which you have. So one is enhance, the other one is evolve. Enhance is basically like, let me check, for sure I can make one. Enhancing the cards is basically raising the level. Every card has its level on its own, which by progressing in the level, the stats on the card are getting better. Therefore, you can select which card has to be enhanced, and then you're selecting the card which you basically don't want to have anymore. Let's see if I have here more. Super. Let's do this live on stream. So in this case, I'm using 6 cards, which is the maximum number to enhance, in order to make the card stronger. You can see already that in this, if I choose those cards to enhance this, he will definitely reach level 17. This is a progress bar till the next level, so I think it will be like 1 more common card. You're pressing on enhance, what happens is that you're sacrificing the cards on the right side and enhancing the battle mage itself, the card which you choose on the left side. He's getting stronger, you're getting more happy, and bosses are more afraid of you. So perfectly fine. He made actually 2 levels in this case, and because it was so nice, I'm of course doing it again. As you can see, I was quite a little bit busy by collecting those cards for enhancing it. And so I think I will be able to do it one more time. Yes, those cards I don't want to enhance. Those are uncommon cards. This is, by the way, the best option to actually enhance another card, because they're giving the most XP by value ratio. So level 22, that's quite nice. I need to bring him to level 50. The thing behind this is that once you reach max level on a card, it makes most sense to evolve it. The thing with evolvement is evolving a card is basically you choosing 2 cards which are the same, like in this case 2 battle mage cards, and they will be combined into one stronger evolution tier card. So as you can see, these cards which you get actually as a reward on the third town, I think in the third area, as a reward for collecting all the cards in the different stages. They are already evolved on tier 3. The max tier for evolvement is tier 4. And okay, well, I won't do this now because I will screw up my cards. The thing is that once you click on evolve, let me see if I have some cheap cards. I made a mistake that I gave them away now. However, when you're choosing to evolve 2 cards, I will do it nevertheless. When you're choosing to evolve 2 cards, the stats from both cards are combined into a new card. Not all of them, of course, but in a normal system, 5% of all the stats are combined into a new card as an addition, as a bonus. And if you have them on max level, they're actually 10%. And if you think, of course, if you do this from the very first tier of a card, the cards get, of course, far more stronger than a card which is basically just evolved with the lowest level. So therefore, it is really worth it to, of course, level those cards first. It is kind of grind lusty, let's face it, but it will help you in the later stages of the game. If you don't do it, you will run into trouble progressing through the game, and it will be kind of really hard to catch up at this point, because once you have only a limited amount of rare cards which you're getting through boss drops, yeah, thank you, boss drops and those reward systems, so you kind of have a lot to do to catch up again, because you screw up your cards if you evolve them with a low level. Therefore, I would recommend everyone to do this with max level cards. I will talk a little bit about this in the next episode. For now, we're just focusing on the gameplay. Then, of course, you have the third option, which is selling cards against gold. Well, as you remember, gold is useless in this game. So far, you barely need any gold because you're getting so much. So we're totally skipping this, and we don't care for this at all. Now, the last thing which you can do basically in the game is the arena matches, which you can access, of course, by the button arena. Surprise! Wow! So you have a pre-selection of 2 arena modes which you can actually enter. You have one, usually on the bottom, a ladder arena, which is currently expired. I have actually no clue when it's open again. Yeah, I don't know this. So let's wait till the next one is open. And usually you have something like an arena, hey, fight and win awesome prizes. You can get awesome rewards by playing in the arena, which of course everyone would like to have, especially in the higher rankings, because you're getting really cool, strong cards out of it. In order to participate in the arena, what you need to do is basically to have those arena tickets. Every fight you're doing costs you. Let me be sure that I'm not lying right now. Yeah, I have 206. I'm choosing the first battle. 1 arena ticket will be deducted from my thing. I will fight the fights. Either I'm winning or I'm losing. I'm getting some XP. No, not XP, but honor points. Quite a simple system behind it. Nothing unusual. The thing is that the first three fights which you can actually select are always NPCs, so you're fighting against weaker opponents, so it always gives you the chance actually to reach some honor points to get some. And once you basically defeated all first three, you're progressing to the first player decks. Then you have still the option to basically choose which one you want to have. You can go for a predefined challenging difficulty, average or easy. The thing is, it doesn't really matter because you have to go through all of them in order to reach another selection. So or you basically go for refresh. How many times you can actually do refresh? Can do it always now. See, so the first refresh is for free. The second refresh is already costs you already game. So well, for paying user, you have some possibilities to work around the problem with that you're having a strong opponent and you don't want to fight because you maybe most likely will lose. And of course, you want to keep up your winning streak, because this of course can give you some bonus and honor and so on in order to progress higher in the ladder. So paying users have an advantage. However, if you're busy enough, you can basically collect those arena tickets by farming those bosses. We're going back to the screen in the quest log, like here. So the first encounter which you have as in the first area, the boss, he can drop already an arena ticket. So basically what you're going to do, you have a certain amount of mana, you're putting together a very cheap deck which can defeat him without problems, and you can sometimes 5-6 times fight him, so you can basically farm those arena tickets. This is actually what you should do in order, if you're really aiming for being in the arena and reaching a high level, in order to get those rarity cards. Spend some time doing farming those arena tickets. Therefore, you're just going with 500 tickets and you're just spending the whole day go fighting, a lot of honor, and you have a chance of reaching those high placements in order to get high rarity cards. So this is a good idea. However, I'm still at the point I'm collecting, so I don't know exactly 100% how difficult the arena fightings are. I'm currently collecting those arena tickets. I'm upgrading my whole deck, so I will be maxed out as far as I can be, and then I will jump in. So last thing which I actually forgot to mention in this, it can happen that if you're while you're exploring those areas, that not only you get a random boss encounter, but that you get a random encounter, which is like a basic deck from I don't know, basic style deck. I don't even know, so some little mobs which are coming up and want to fight with you. So we're actually at this point where it happens. By this random encounters, it is this way that you can't proceed further to the further stage till you defeat this random encounter. The boss mobs, you can always like say, okay, I don't want to fight. There will be a button in the menu where you can basically come back to those bosses to fight them and to defeat them. In the random encounters, you can't do this, so you have to defeat them. The system, of course, is still the same. You're the pre-battle screen, you're getting into the battle, and now you're pressing your fingers. Of course, you have always the option to skip the battle for players who are a little bit impatient. I like to see it sometimes, to watch it, especially when I lose when I encounter for the first time an enemy, because you're learning about the cards which are in the game and giving you some ideas how to build your deck. And of course, you can see the weaknesses in your deck yourself. So let's see if I'm gonna win. Now I can already see, so okay, well, the first card deck, because the battle is always the same. We're getting into the battles. It's round based basically, and every team of yours is fighting one after another. So it's whoever starts first, my team against his team, and we're hitting all the cards when they attack. Always hit the first team which is still alive from the left side. Therefore, this first team should always be the tankiest team in order to soak up the damage, and so the other teams behind you basically can dish out damage. So it's looking quite okay actually. I know that I encountered this boss already. I tried it several times, so I know that actually when we get to the last part, it's a little bit tricky. But in this case, I was really lucky with my skill procs. Therefore, I should win this fight without a problem and be able to proceed. Let's just wait for a second. So what happens now, especially in this team, they have the ability to revive the team by 50%, which didn't trigger. I'm superior. I won. I got even a level up. Wow, that's an awesome stream today. Totally not planned. I should have seen it coming, however. See, you can get a little bit out of it, bonus out of it. Oh, very interesting aspect, by the way, that once you reach your level up from level 10 on, you can choose to select points. You can either put those points into your energy or your mana pot, so those amounts basically get bigger, the whole pot get bigger, you have more energy or more mana. Yeah, from level 10 I think are 3 points to level 20, from level 20 to level 30 I think it's 2 points, and from level 30 on, is if I'm not wrong, it's actually only 1 point per level. You can see that I decided myself so far with level 59, 180 to 93. Currently I'm a little bit more investing per level in energy, because I feel like I need this a little bit more. My deck does cost quite some mana already. I can still, however, fight with full bars twice, so I'm quite satisfied with that. Exploring those regions with 93, 94 energy actually from now, tada, is quite okay. You can do it quite some time, because you're frequently finding little energy potions, little mana potions, so it's quite okay for progressing. And yeah, so as you can see, I need to fill up this progress bar in order to proceed to the next level, and I have still 2 cards to discover in this area in order to have this area basically covered. I think that's it. I hope you guys liked the gameplay video. Please subscribe. You're totally awesome if you subscribe, like really awesome. However, I'm looking forward for the next episodes. I'm out. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.